A good day, everyone. Once again, I apologize for those who are getting offended personally, but I'm just the messenger, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. The Filipinos have the habit of shooting the messenger and not really uh, behaving or going into the facts and going into the root of all evils. Say, for example, this is curious to me. Why the hell are they concentrating too much on the people who were delivering these this luggage is full of people, full of money to houses, and then there's even 18 people involved in this transfer of luggages to that's that's they are saying that it's full of money. Now, if you are from the Western world, you would think that the messengers are just the secondary uh, actors in this whole scheme of things. They should concentrate more on the people who decided to withdraw the money from the bank or whatever. They have to. Those are supporting cast of characters. The main protagonist has to be the one responsible. They should start now doing that because these people are just like uh, the pawns in the whole scheme of things. The people who decided to take the money out from the government, people who decided to get the money, the people who who are contractors who were doing the deals for the government, contractors, politicians, and most of all, the person who ever made that signature sign to release the money. They are the ones. They should go to jail before the this fall guys, I should say. Now, this only happens because that's their way of developing the scenario of how all these things happen. But I would think it should be the other way around. The main character should be the focus of investigation, not this one's over here. They don't make any sense at all. So they have another another impeachment for the vice president. It should be well be they should have done that a long time ago. If she gets away with it, then that's again because the weak political will and the a very weak uh, nation decides that hey, this is a half-bred German vice president is 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 doing good. May I add something a little bit different? When you are a vice president, you should stay in the Philippines. Let whatever is happening to his dad in the Hague be a matter of his uh, uh, his lawyers and his defense team. She cannot affect anything in there except visit. You can visit once or twice, but you don't concentrate so much of your time with your father. You should concentrate more of your time to the Filipino people who voted for you to become vice president, but you're not. That's why, in the scheme of things, you don't know what your subordinates are doing. You're being thrown under the carpet or under the bus. Guess why? Even if you flip coins and roll, bounce the ball so many times, it is ultimately upon you who took the money, 125 billion or million pesos. That's a lot of money. Everybody's corrupt. The Marcoses, the Romaldes, the Dutertes are corrupt. You're left with somebody, nobody at all. Absolutely. And there are actors in that. See, Filipinos vote by heart, but not by hair. Filipinos vote by hair. If you're an actor like that guy, Robin Padilla, what the fuck does he know about politics? It's a waste of time and energy for these people. They should vote people who are not known to have all this stupid thing. Even that guy, Marcoleta, who thinks that tradition is law, and who thinks that siding with China is patriotic, and so many things about he might people might be fooled by what he's doing, but he cannot fool me or the patriots that I represent. It's just absolute, chaos in what they're doing. Now, here's the best thing that one can do in the Philippines. You have to get somebody who's non-affiliated with these people, incorruptible. The people who are handling all this employees, mid-management employees, and high management employees from Department of Public Works, Department of Defense, Department of Education. They will have all be re-educated, recamped. And if I am Philly, I would build that damn encampment, a modern day gulag or a modern day reprat- repatriation uh, scheme, and be modify and change your characters. That corruption in whatever way it is bad. Changing the format of how Filipinos think will, will come to each and every one. I once spoke to a farmer, a rice farmer, happens to be in the province, and I told him I've known him since I was a kid, and I said, "What is preventing you from, you know, of course, they are tenants of my grandfather, but my grandfather is a very generous person. If there were calamities, my grandfather didn't ask for any share of the crops. If there are, things that are needed for the family, like going to school or going abroad, my grandfather would give them the money. And even if before there would be like 50 sacks of palais in our house, delivered to our house, and lately before my grandfather passed away. It was only one or two, sometimes none. Uh, Grandfather did not get mad or angry, and so I asked tenant, my grandfather, why up to now these things have not been changing. You still don't own your house. You still don't. Uh, uh, you still basically you still live almost the same level when I was young. And the first thing that came up. Okay, get the palay and then turned into milled into rice. He said the prices they get from us has been going down, and because lately there are imports, the imports are getting more attention than the rice that they produce. At the same time, he said that um, there's no subsidy for rice. Before there was science, and he he said that they were given filterizers, and the Department of Agriculture would give them, finger young rice they call binhe was free. That was before. Now it's no longer free. Even the pesticides they have to pay for it. Plus the fact that there is always typhoon and storm that devastate their lands, and sometimes you know, uh, they would end up losing. They cannot harvest anything. Yet the government does not help them at all. Prices are going up, but the way the milling prices up, but the government would would buy the rice at a low price. So in the end, there's no support from government. He said there's no the irrigation. He said is not fully developed from 50 years ago to up to now. It's the same thing. It's the same uh, irrigation that it's just man-made. nothing, nothing sophisticated, and the tools that they have are still the same. Whereas other nations have already had, you know, rice planting machine, rice harvester, rice uh, raking machine, plowing machine. They still have their carabaos or the water buffaloes. Uh, that's it. That's the picture, and he's only one of thousands of other. And he said that some of the farmers have totally abandoned their lands, planting planting rice, and they have developed it into a resort or a subdivision for housing. It's a situation right there. Now, the Philippines will and will always be in a situation like what it is right now, because I'm 70 years old, and 60 years ago up to now, it's still the same. Minimal progress, all about personages, all about what they can do to themselves and not to the country. The country is an afterthought for some people. But if you think about it, resources in the Philippines are great. The mineral resources, great. My brother, who was a board top notcher in engineering, told me that we have the best, you know, mining, mining wealth in the whole of Asia. We have gold, we have silver, we also have copper, we have chromite, we have uranium, we have all kinds of we have gold, and even if we have all of this, these things are, are yeah, central bank should be monitoring this, but it's not. The Paracali gold goes straight to, to scrupulous merchants in Quiapo, and some of this gold goes international without the knowledge of central bank. It's illegal, but it's about 25 billion pesos going outside the country. That's the illegal portion, silver, copper, and all that minerals. Now we're way back 50 years ago. Gas and crude oil has been discovered in the Philippines. Yet up to now, it's not being developed. It is a vast trillions of gallons of natural resources, but somebody else is profiting from this, not the Philippines. We are just at a loss of all these things because this is how we have been doing stuff. This is Politicians are either an actor who doesn't know nothing at all about the progress of the Philippines, and you are populated by lawyers in in Congress and all that. Lawyers don't do nothing. The more you have lawyers, the more complicated, and you will be bogged down by their personalities and all that. So wish yourself a little bit better by eliminating these characters in your politics. Because once a Filipino politician is challenged, then he will go after you personally. Then that revenge, stalls the progress of the Philippines because instead of concentrating on legislation, you are going to be concentrating on your opponent to the point of eliminating him physically. That's how it is. Now, we are also sure that nowadays, the more you have all this, corrupt and upcoming corrupt people, politicians, I say upcoming because they're on the wings. Once these older folks retire or die, this younger generation of the younger crop of uh, uh, corrupting politicians are even worse than their forebears. Forebears, yeah, forebears. Yeah, I doubt if the situation would be like this forever in the Philippines, there will be no progress. There will be stagnation, and it will always be like that unless somebody chooses to lead the Philippines, erasing corruption erasing red tapes, erasing negativity in the Philippines. It's a waste of time for Filipinos to be growing up in the Philippines. You have traffic, you have red tape, you have all kinds of corruptions left and right. You go to hospital, you cannot go to a hospital, a public hospital, or maybe private hospital without money. I will decree the universal health care. If you're a Filipino, you will get free, free everything from consultation to laboratory exams to treatment to medications. Also, you have schools that doesn't reach to all places in the Philippines. We will end that. We will literally have a rolling classroom for everybody who wants education from all over. If there is a river to be crossed and there's no bridge, we will build that. And if there are things to be done for for farmers, for those who are in the provinces without hospitals, without bridges, without roads, we will build those instead of pocketing money. We will, we can do that, but not this present crop and upcoming crop of politicians. They will all just be the same. They will just be. For 60 years, I've seen these things happen, and this will always be happening unless you cut it off. Reset the Philippine political political venture. Make that uh, make it uh, politics that is progressive that would see the likes of Vietnam, Thailand. Of course, they have corruption too. They have news about corruption, but their corruption is about 5 to 10%. Ours is the opposite. We have 95% corrupt and only about 5% non-corrupt. They believe that one American politician observed that if the Philippines would only bring down corruption to about 50%, things will drastically change. Flood infrastructures would be mightily done, and there will be no surprises every year when typhoons are here. There will also be schools for everybody, hospitals for everyone to go to, with well staffed, uh, well maintained, and has medications for everybody all year round. That's the healthy Philippines. And for those of you who need lawyers for your lands, there will be a special court for land only. For about 5 years, we will do that. We'll make changes, disputes in land, disputes in ownership, and all that. We can make that happen in 5 years. That's for sure. Now we also need the people who are going out of the country to look for work, the OFWs, to start helping in the in building uh, greater Philippines. Nobody is going to prevent you from going out of country if there's no equivalent job in the Philippines, or if the job in the Philippines is non-existent, and even if it is existent, the pay is low. Nobody will prevent you from going out and do that job. But if you're going out to be a domestic helper in some countries that don't respect your labor, kills you, rapes you, then there's no point in you going out of the Philippines. We will find jobs for you in the Philippines. We will streamline government by eliminating a lot of these departments that are useless and they're not even functional when they have to be eliminated. Commission on elections is one of them. Uh, the PR blah 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 day disaster thing. It's another thing. The Department of Education has to be rebumped. Department of DILG is eliminated. There will be another one. About the 20 departments, agencies of the government, only five will remain, and we will add one more department, the Department of the Poor. That way, we can eliminate much of the 11 to 13 million poor in the country. We can do it. It's a will. Some people don't understand that even this is so bad. The Philippines is so bad right now, so disenfranchised and chaotic. Chaos is running the show. I believe with a true leader, true patriot, true militia, military militia, we can overcome. I believe in one thing. I cannot, bring this uh, luggages of money to my grave. So there's no point in me getting rich. I have my own, and I'm satisfied with what I got. I'm not tempted of, because whatever I got, I'm satisfied. Everything is uh, what I can, uh, what I can afford is with me. So we will see, we will see the retributions that people can. But in the end, who suffers? The Filipinos suffer because nobody cares for you. These people have their own maids, have their own drivers, have 10 cars, have three or four houses. They can do everything. But anyway, have a good day, everyone. Keep on smiling because things will change for the better. That person or group of patriots will be there in time to save the country from devastation, further devastation, and further uh, destruction. I believe in that. I hope it's in my lifetime, though. Thank you, everyone.